Controlled Chaos here. I want to talk to you guys about two ideas that I think would really be great to add to City of Heroes. Let's go ahead and get into it. The first idea I have is making a way for transferring items from one character to another character easily. And I know you guys are saying, wait, we already have that. You can email it to your other character. Yes, but the problem with that is that takes up a lot of time sometimes to do that. You have to fill out the name of the character, and if you get it wrong, it gets sent to the wrong person or it doesn't work. Things like that. This idea will make it a lot easier. And it's basically making a bank system that's shared across all your characters on one server. And the great thing about this is this can all be done by code. You just take one of the NPCs, put them in the bank, make it so that you click on them. It gives you an inventory system along with a little area to put influence in, so you can put things like costume or recipes in, salvage in, influence, or the influence. You can put in enhancements and things like that you can drop and have in a storage system in this bank. The great thing is that you can put all that stuff on. Let's say you have a farming character, all that stuff they have on the farming character in there, and then as you're leveling up these other characters, they can go to that bank and do that. And there's two ways I see of doing this. The easiest way I see of doing this is they have what's called the Vault Reserve. There's one in a lot of the different areas of the city, Atlas Park, Telos Island, stuff like that you can use and just put an NPC in there that when you click on them, it does that. Or you can use the model that they have for the bank heist missions when you're in the doing the villains, and you can place that and make a clickable door on one of the buildings that maybe has a bank banner on it and things like that. But putting that bank banner on it would be a lot harder to do. So you'd have to have a 3D modeler and be able to edit the zone and stuff like that. So by using the Vault Reserve Inc. would be a better way of doing that. It'd just be drop the character in, it's already a clickable door, the area is already built out. You just put a character in there that's clickable, put in the code that makes it so that he's like your storage guy, and boom, and that all of your characters can access that storage. I think that'd be really, really cool. And the great thing is because this is all code-based changed, any of the servers could do this, any of them whatsoever. And if you're one of the server developers listening to this, feel free to take these ideas and run with them. I don't care. In fact, I would highly encourage it. Start getting to work, guys. Anyways, the next idea I have would enhance gameplay greatly. And once again, this is another all code idea, as the fact that you wouldn't need to do any modeling or anything like that. It's a nemesis system like they have in Champions Online, but different. So the way this would work, the very basic way I see this working, easiest way to implement, is basically when you create a nemesis, you do it by an interface system in the game. So there's like some kind of console maybe, or during character creation there's a button added saying choose your nemesis, and you choose one of the characters that you already have that's on the opposite side, whether it be villain or hero, and you say this is the nemesis. Another thing that button can do is, instead, when you say nemesis, it takes you to character creation, but for the opposite side. So if you have a hero, you're creating a villain. If you have a villain, you're creating a hero. And this hero or villain with this version, you would not be playing at all. And what would happen is you go through and you create the look of the character, the name of the character, what type of character it is, whether it be a tank or whatever, and then the power sets. And then when in game, how this would work is in multiple levels. The first easiest level code wise I see this working is they just harass you while you're out and about on the streets. That would add some interesting things. They just all of a sudden show up and they start attacking you. Easiest way to do that is just a random generator chance that it would spawn and attack you. And that would be fun and interesting to do. And very easy for a lot of these servers to do. The next step I see them doing is doing sort of missions where you're alerted, hey, your arch nemesis is doing this, go stop them. And then you go and stop them, whether it be like robbing a bank or taking hostages, whatever it may be. Or maybe you're on the villain side, maybe they're trying to stop a group of bad guys and you need to go in there and stop him from stopping the group of bad guys type of thing. It can fold both ways, and that would be really interesting way to do it. The final version I see going on here, and that would take a lot of work and it would take a creative writer to do this because I want the story to be good, is to have an actual in-game storyline. I am not talking about the architect mission builder stories. I'm talking actual in-game world missions that you take. A new contact that you go to and they'd say, hey, you need to go to this zone and stop your nemesis from doing this type of thing. And that's where the creative writing comes in, is because when you're talking to this contact, they're gonna give story fluff and reason behind it and what's going on. And you always want to have good writers for stuff like that because that gets you more immersed in what's happening. And I really like the idea, and that's the furthest it would go. But the other thing that I want to add on to this, if developers are listening to this, is that as you're leveling up, your nemesis keeps up with your level. So when that nemesis comes in, it's of equal level to you with powers chosen. And that would be really sort of cool. And it could literally just go down the line of the unlocks and work that way. And, you can put some randomizers in there if there's like a certain level where both your primary and your secondary unlocks, and you have a choice there. You can do randomizer there, saying, well, if it's an even number, then you choose the secondary. If it's an odd number, you choose the primary type of situation. Same thing with full powers. You want to give some travel powers, stuff like that. Maybe have on the interface when creating your nemesis, you can say, oh, in the pool powers they're going to choose from these, make this primary, such as I want them to have super jump, and then secondary ones you can check, and then that way the game will automatically go, okay, the first thing we need to get super jump. Okay, we got him super jump and some of those abilities there. Okay, now we can go on to the secondaries that he wants, of maybe fighting or leadership or things like that. And that would really sort of round it out and be very interesting to do. And very cool, because how cool would it be if you're just sitting there at home, you're chatting with your friends in, let's say, near Atlas Park at the City Hall. I know Homecoming, that's a very busy place. How cool would it be for you to stand there and all of a sudden an NPC runs up of a guy's nemesis and just starts beating them, and there's a fight that takes place there between the two of them and everyone else gets to watch. That would be really interesting or really cool. Or let's say you're running along in Independence Port and all of a sudden you run across another player, but they're fighting their arch nemesis in Independence Port. That'd be cool, and they're just sort of flying all over the place doing stuff. That would be awesome. But let me know what you guys think of these ideas. Comment down below. Have a great day.